Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Savage Hulk. There's a good possibility that this figure may take the award of the heaviest Marvel Select figure that they have released. There have been heavier figures, well, I shouldn't say that. Juggernaut's been pretty heavy. Abomination has been heavy, but I feel like Savage Hulk could be just a little bit heavier than those other two figures that we've had to look at. Comes to us from the folks over at Diamond Select Toys. Spin around the side of the package. We've got a very primitive, very older image of the Incredible Hulk. I like that. Spin around the back. Speaking of heavy figures, there's also the original Incredible Hulk, which I don't have anymore in my collection. This is not crazy about that figure. And there's also Ultimate Hulk as well. The son of physicist Robert Bruce Banner showed signs of genius at an early age and earned his doctorate in nuclear physics. He was promptly recruited by the military to work on weapons until the night he ran into a bomb testing area to get a teenager to safety. Banner absorbed a full blast of gamma radiation, and the next night he transformed into the massive brute men called the Hulk. At first, the Hulk was nocturnal, but soon the change could be brought on by the adrenaline in Banner's body. Stress or excitement would unleash the monster. While he was frequently proven himself to be a hero at heart, the Hulk's childlike rages and bouts of mass destruction had made him a force to be feared by all. This 7-inch figure of the Hulk features 16 points of articulation and is compatible with other Marvel Select action figures. Collect them all. That's a pretty good read-up for a very big figure. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Savage Hulk. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. How about the first thing we have a look at is the display stand that comes included with the Hulk. Now, I don't have the figures anymore, but I feel like that's the same display stand that we got with the original Incredible Hulk and the variant Red Hulk that was released. It looks very, very eerily similar, if you ask me. So you can either use that for, of course, Savage Hulk. You could also really use this for any display stand options as well. There's a couple of peg points here. There's actually 2 peg points on either side. Hulk's feet also have 2 peg holes as well. And again, I don't have the original Hulks that I can compare them to, but I do feel like this stand was used before. Putting that just to the side, let's pick up this brick of a figure. Hulk is not only huge in size, but he's also extremely heavy. And Spot's got a lot of his figures still in storage, but I should have really brought out the Juggernaut as well as Abomination, because I feel like both of those figures, as heavy as they were, I feel like Savage Hulk is heavier than both of them. It's a mixed bag. It's not necessarily a Hulk figure that everybody is going to gravitate towards, but if you kind of like the classic design of Hulk in his earliest appearances, you're really going to dig this figure. I do like it. I like the classic design of him. Let's bring the camera up and zoom into his face. It definitely shares what Hulk is looking like now, but very more primitive in design. He's got very small eyes, very small nose, and really a very large head. You can really see, though, how the earlier ideas of what Hulk was, or what started with, could turn into what we get now with the big green behemoth. He does have a ripped shirt, which is sadly sculpted to the rest of his torso, so you can't remove it. I don't think they ever released this figure as a variant where this shirt wasn't on it. I almost would have loved it if they had actually released this guy also without the shirt. He's got big, massive biceps, very large fingernails as well. Look at the fingernails on this guy in a darker green wash. It's funny that the camera almost is picking this guy up almost as a yellowish green, but in person, it's a more conventional, more Hulk-like green. I don't know why the camera, maybe it's just the lighting on it, makes it look a lot more yellow. He's got purple pants, but they're almost more like borderline pink pants. And he's got darker washes, just bring out some of the creases and wrinkles in the pant area. And there's a better idea of what his shirt's going to look like on the back. Got that gray wash, again, to bring out some of the details, the same way that the darker purple brings out the details in the pants. Finally, he's got the very large feet with the same darker green nails as his hands here. Some vein also in his arms, veins in his biceps, and quite a lot of musculature in his torso. Like, there's no denying that they put a lot of time sculpting this guy. Though primitive, again, yes. Yeah, I really do dig this figure a lot. In the way of his posability, well, Hulk, you would think doesn't have as much as, well, he does have pretty much the same articulation as the original Hulk and Red Hulk. His head is on a ball joint, does rotate left and right, pivots down, not really so much up because of the way that the head has been sculpted. Shoulders hinge out, as well as rotate all the way around. Everything is kind of big and bricky on this guy. There's a rotation in the bicep. He has a hinge in the elbow. Abomination pretty much has the exact same articulation as well. Swivel, just straight swiveled hands. You can't bend the hand or anything like that. A straight swiveled waist. And for all the weight that he has, the weight seems to be more in the top torso rather than the lower torso. Legs are on a ball joint. They move very easily. He does have the knee bends, but the knees are the stiffest part of this entire figure. And even when you bend the knee, you can't really bend it all that much. That's about it. Although you can rotate the lower leg as well. And he's got a pivot point or hinge in the lower feet. Everything on this guy is just really stiff, really big, really bricky, but I dig it. I dig this figure quite a lot. In fact, I think I like this figure a lot more. In fact, I do know I like this figure a lot more than the original Green Hulk and original Red Hulk. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a more recent figure, but Spot did manage to find this guy at his local comic book store, and I definitely will be adding this to my collection of Hulk figures. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Diamond Select, Marvel Select Savage Hulk. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.